You're right there. Just going to do a little piece on this next project, the 1300 1967 Beetle I've got going on. Pretty much had this car since I was about 18 years old, and I didn't know what I was looking for when I first got the car, so it's pretty much been bodged, patched up since I bought it. It's now off the road. It's been off the road for probably about 15 years, and it's time to start the project. I mean, I've done a little bit on it, and hopefully I'm going to do a little bit more, so I'll just show you what's what. So as I say, it's been off the road for a number of years now. The biggest repair that I've got round to doing so far is the front firewall, and I had a couple of attempts on that, and I just replaced the lower half of it. I didn't feel the need to take out the top half. It's I was a bit gutted about having to sort of butcher its original pressings, the stampings and the actual sheet metal itself. Anyway, the repo panels are absolute crap, and I needed to cut and fettle them about so much just to get that in, but it's a lower half repair. Still needs to be cut out a little bit more. The problem I've got at the minute is that the body isn't sitting on the actual floor pan itself. I know I've got to cut a little bit out of that front section there. The first job that I've got to do is, you see that body mount bolt there? It's not actually lining up with the hole, and because the car's been butchered so much, the body won't go back because that there's in the way. And also I've got to make a cut. Where are you? You can't see it. Oh, there's that. I've got to cut that section out there. That's stopping the body going back slightly more, so I can't get that body mount back on. That body mount bolt's got to come out anyway, just sheared off. It's had a little bit of patchwork underneath the arches, but not as extensive as the 1500 that I've just got back on the road. It's got the usual wing, the wing bolts. They pulled out the wings. I've got replacement ones of them. Heater channels. Heater channels were both welded to the floor pan, so that's why this car has pretty much been cut up, especially in this front section. The whole thing was welded to the floor pan. It's not too bad. I mean, I've got all the repair panels to do. I've got hookies panels for these front A-pillars. Took me about 3 hours to get the door off. That needs doing. Both of them front quarters. This one's a little bit more. I mean, I've got the repair panels for these, but again, they're not a great fit, so it's going to be a lot of fettling about. Got to make a new section to go in now. That's the side of the front firewall. This door doesn't close too bad, actually. I was quite surprised. Again, I think get in there, heater channel. It's got to come out. I mean, I've done the heater channels on the last car, and it wasn't too bad, to be fair. It wasn't too bad. Got the heater channels all ready to go there. I was debating whether to try and make them look like 1967 channels. See the later channel has this squared off section. I think there's a difference in the seat mounts, I'm not too sure. But 67 was rounded off, so I'm not too sure whether to bother doing that. You won't see them anyway once it's carpeted, but it's got a 65 horn press, I believe, so that's going to get changed out. That's That's the least of my worries at the minute. The dash has always been like that, some bastards cut it all up. So I've got a repair piece for that, so I'll have to go careful there. I don't know if you see it, it might be a little bit too dark, but where the body mount isn't lining up with that bolt, these aren't lining up either at the rear. So, all in all, there's a lot of work to be done. So my first job is, the body's been strengthened. That's when I had the body on trestles. Keep the body as square as I could. It's got later trim on the side. I must admit I've done that. I thought it'd look better, but I might revert back to the skinnier stuff. So there we have it. The next project. I'll see what I can do with this. See what I can do with this body. I have a little cut about. Okay, so it's proving difficult to undo people's previous repairs. I'm having trouble jacking up the actual chassis from the pan, so I mean I've just had to jack it from underneath the old heater channel at the moment, and I'm slowly picking away at the piece of metal that was obstructing me moving the body back. It's just on that closing plate for the heater channel, but it's got so many blobs of weld on there, so I shall keep on chiselling and grinding away. Okay, so a little bit croaky today, apologise. So it's nearly there. It's sheared bolts just lining up, but it's still not going down. I managed to cut the horrible welding that's underneath there. Like I say, all I wanted to do is just sort of get it back into place to make sure that I can get sort of things lined up slightly. Can't see anything there. Rear cross member bolts there. And they're almost lining up now, so what I wanted to do was that front firewall, it's just got a little bit too much excess metal on the front. You see where I'll slightly mark that. It's just bending up on the tunnel, so I need to just cut a little bit more of an arch out of that. Now, I think that's going to foul the pedal assembly, you know, so I might have to take a little nick out of that. Yeah, not the pedals. It's going to foul the. It's going to foul the master cylinder there, I think. So I'll take a little nick out of that as well. So that's where I am at the moment, and that'll be the next job. Okay, so it's not a bad fit at the minute. It might need a little bit taken off the bottoms of each corner, very slightly. But bearing in mind that there's a sill to go underneath there as well. So I don't want to lose too much of that gap. I'm not too sure what the correct gap thickness requires to be, but I think the sill's quite thick under there. But like I say, I might lose a little bit off of each of those corners just inside there, very slight. Still needs to go back a bit, I think, the body, but we'll get there. Anyway, the skid plates have proved to be a worthwhile addition. Just roll the other car out, scooch this one into the middle of the shop. I can get on with it. But I think that's me for today, to be honest. Got a few other little jobs to do, and then I'll revisit this one very soon. Thanks for watching.